Hi, Aries. So I've tried to do your reading a couple of times this morning, and I am so confused. And then I realized, and I've actually been up for hours sitting in your energy. Really, really early morning. The new moon is in Taurus today, as is Uranus is also moving into Taurus today. If you're on the other side of the world, then it is the 16th already, and this has already happened. But Mars is also moving into Aquarius this week. Uranus is the ruling planet of Aquarius. Mars is your ruling planet. A lot of evolutionary stuff is happening right now. Brand new generations. Chiron has moved into your sign. It's been there for a couple of weeks now. But I was I was really, really anxious. And then I felt like this pressure cooker release. You know, like when you flip the little top on the pressure cooker and everything just kind of releases, the steam releases. But there's still this confusion. And I think that you guys are trying to navigate these energies because you know that something new is going to happen in your life. And everything about who you've been for the last 7 years is totally different. So let's see what the cards have to say, because I feel like this is more of that, you know, like we could talk about the energies until we're blue in the face, but really this is all about needing, anxiety and confusion, right? Nine of Swords. That card was flipped over in the deck, so it was telling me. And what's the anxiety and confusion? It's because there are things that keep coming in and out of your life with the Knight of Wands, in and out. And you can't pin this thing down. You know, and I feel like you've tried for quite some time to figure this person out. And because now you're seeing things a lot clearer, because the veil is lifting. Uranus is moving out of your sign. No more evolutionary shakeup for you in that way. It's more of a communication type way now, right? 10 of Cups. So this is what I'm talking about. It's like there's this confusion, but wait. I know there's something really good just around the bend. I see it in the horizon, but I can't quite touch it. Because there's this big Knight of Wands on a bird blocking my view. I feel like somebody could be another fire sign, or it could just be you. Somebody, I feel like this is somebody else's energy, another fire sign, Sagittarius, Leo, or another Aries, in your life that is always kind of omnipresent. You know what I mean? Like always looming there. But you can't quite put your finger on it. You can't quite pin it down. And sometimes that could even probably be your energy, that you come in and out of somebody else's life. But it's because of this confusion, this need for stability, and want of happiness. But you can never figure this person out. And I feel like you've been trying to do that for a while. And there's the Tower. So Uranus is not going to let the unstable things in our life remain the same. It's just a fact. There's nothing we can really do about it. That's just the way it goes. When big planets like Uranus, I love this. I love it when that happens. When big planets like Uranus come in and they say, oh no, this part of your life is unstable, we're going to take care of that for you. And then we're going to let you do the work after. 3 of Pentacles, the rebuilding process. I've actually felt this in a really big way already in my life. I usually feel the energies early though. I feel like that's on purpose. Like maybe my internal clock is actually on the other side of the world because I don't feel it weeks in advance. I don't know. And things start, you know, needing a change way before everybody else starts changing. But that's also because I feel like I'm really open to change. Like, if things need to change, I do fight it sometimes. But when I fight it, it gets worse. That tower energy gets a lot worse. So there's definitely something that needs to change, because there's a cycle that's been completing for quite some time. I feel like this has been happening for quite some time. And it's no longer going to be okay for you to just sit in the Nine of Swords energy and be confused about it and not be able to sleep at night and go back and forth between, okay, well, I can be happy now and comfortable, but then the tower comes in. I mean, you don't want that. You don't want that back and forth energy that the Knight of Wands brings. You want to have something stable with growing power. And Four of Swords, I did breathe just really heavy right there. And the Five of Swords. So the Four of Swords is, you know, like, let's take a break. This guy's really uncomfortable in this deck. And he's kind of surrounded by predators. So I feel like that's kind of what you're feeling right now. Because there's some kind of deception that's going on around you, or you're deceiving yourself that you can stay locked in an energy when you are starting to see things so clearly. So what do we do? What do we do when the tower comes along and they're like, you can no longer be in this deceptive mode because you want to have this Ten of Cups? You want to start to build from the bottom up. So what do you do with that? I thought I'd just let you guys talk, right? King of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles, okay? Water sign. It kind of makes you feel a little bit of alone. Like, this water sign makes you feel alone in your empire, I want to say. But it's so funny because lately I've really been seeing the Nine of Pentacles as a card of breaking free into independence after a time of being codependent. And you may not necessarily be codependent upon another person, but maybe an energy or a thought. You can be codependent upon thoughts. Have something stuck in your head and stay there with it. The King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, doesn't have to be a water sign. Just somebody who actually does feel a lot of emotions but doesn't show it. Doesn't outwardly show it. This could be you being very emotional, knowing that your world is kind of being shook up a little bit. And I mean, you can't sit in this deception, this Five of Swords deception anymore. I feel like it's really time. And the fact that we've gone from, I don't feel like you are sitting in this, but the more swords I keep seeing here, the more you need to get out of your head. Because it's really more of a time of action, which the Knight of Wands could very well be you acting upon stuff, right? Sorry, my throat got really scratchy there for a minute. So, what... Three of Cups. Ah. See, I was going to say, a lot of times the Three of Cups to me in this deck is all about celebration. But I was like, what is this Three of Cups? And there's another person involved. So if you have, and so we have the King of Pentacles. So if you have two people, you could be in a relationship with one of them, making you feel kind of alone. And there's somebody else that you would actually want to be with. And so you're kind of going back and forth. It totally makes sense to me now. That's where the instability is. And I'm not like pointing any fingers and I'm not throwing shade at anybody. It could just be that you are ready to move away from one person and move to another person. Or if this King of Cups represents you, you're tired of being alone and you want to be able to reunite with the King of Pentacles. Could very well be the case, right? In some way, Uranus will come in to play here. I keep just like this Tower energy. I don't feel like this is, I feel like you already know that this is coming, or you've already felt it coming. And it doesn't even really have to be a big thing, but you have worried about, like, how do I get out of my head and get into happiness and get into rebuilding, reconnecting without feeling like I'm consistently being deceived over and over again. Because to me, so we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the 8 of Cups, and we have the 9 of Wands, and the 6 of Swords. To me, this Wheel of Fortune and 8 of Cups and 9 of Wands is what this deception is here. It's like this vicious cycle that keeps going around and around and around and around. Right? And this vicious cycle is ending. Clearly. Clearly it's ending. But you have to be the one that makes the decision on how this wheel turns. Do you walk away? Or do you keep fighting? Because I feel like you're tired of fighting this. I feel like this wheel, because this is all about divine timing, right? We can do the work, but the universe turns the wheel. We can't force how fast it goes or how slow it goes. But we can do the work. And I feel like this has been such a back and forth for you for so long. This Knight of Wands energy going back and forth. I feel like that's you. It's like somebody is making me feel quite alone. And then there's somebody that I would rather be with. But do I go back to this person feeling deceived? And needing to heal all over again? Or do I just walk away from it completely and fight my own battles and nobody else's battles? Because I feel like you've been fighting other people's battles for a while. 6 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. The swords just keep on increasing. 6 of Swords and 7 of Swords. So it's like, I want to go into mental clarity, but I got to leave some stuff behind to do that. I feel like it's time to walk away from something that has been such a fight for you for so long. And it doesn't even have to be a consistent, it doesn't feel like it's a consistent fight. It feels like you'll fight for it, and then you feel very deceived, and then you go away. And then you come back for it, you feel very deceived, and then you go away. So what are you fighting for? I mean, that's the question of the day. What are you fighting for? Comfort? To be comfortably stuck? Because whatever it is that you have not cleared out of your life yet, this Tower energy is going to clear it out for you. And you will no longer be stuck. you'll be able to make that decision because this tower is going to make you so incredibly uncomfortable. And sometimes people will sit in the discomfort of this tower and fight for whatever this tower represents to them, and things are good again. And that's the vicious cycle that keeps going over and over and over again. I feel like this wheel, it's time for this wheel to stop turning in a bad way. You know what I mean? Like, let's get it to turn in the right way. Strength, the 10 of Wands, King of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. Yay! When you get unstuck, when you stop fighting when you stop fighting a losing battle, you find the strength to carry on. We went from the 9 of Wands to the 10 of Wands, which is really, really great. Really hard work. You're no longer fighting a losing battle. You're still trudging along, and you're strong enough to do it. Way strong enough to do it. And where are you going? Straight into the money, man. Straight into the stability, being the king again. If this has to do with work, I feel like a lot of this has to do with work. If it has to do with work or home, there is a deception around you that keeps kind of slapping you in the face, but you keep fighting that uncomfortable energy, you know, to like push forward and push forward and push forward. And no, I can handle this. I can take care of this. But can you? I mean, let's not forget what the first card was that came out, the 9 of Swords. Can you handle this? Or is it time to let the energy of the Tower come in so you can start to rebuild something with the 3 of Pentacles in a good way? Fight the good battle. Walk away from the mess that no longer serves you. 8 of Cups, right? We all know that when we sit in something that's not serving us, and we feel very stuck within that, and we don't walk away from it, it's hard to see this. You know, like, how is this guy who's still trudging along, carrying that really heavy load, how's he going to see that gift that the universe is handing him? Not very easily. I feel like because you do know, you can totally see clearly where you want to go in life, what you want for your stability, who you want to have with you as you push forward. The thing is you can't see how to get there. And I feel like the reason why you can't see how to get there is because you always have faith in... It's like you're putting your faith in the wrong people. It's like the chances. You keep giving them more chances and giving them more chances and giving them more chances. Aries goes for what they want. And you guys have really come back into your power in the last couple of months. So when this wheel and this Tower energy start happening in the second half of May going into June, know that you have this very real opportunity to get unstuck in whatever situation that you're in, whether it be work or, and I'm not saying like anybody's going to lose a job or break up with anybody or anything like that. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is there's no need to fight a battle that's going to overburden you, because you've been strong long enough, and it's really time for you to just get your coins, get your money, accept the offering from the universe. You know, like sit on your throne and know that you can. that it's yours for the taking. Yeah? All right. I hope you guys have a really great second half of May. Enjoy the energies of Uranus moving out of your sign. It's kind of a big deal. I mean, a whole new generation. You guys have, for the last 7 years, dealt with a very evolutionary, destructive, chaotic energy. We all got really comfortable in it. And then towards the end, it got a little messy again. So enjoy this time and know that whatever shakeup is happening or whatever is feeling uncomfortable with you, it's not going to last for very long. Because I feel like you guys are going to do the work to clear it out. And that's really all Uranus is asking is, you know, here, I'll give you the energy to do it. It's your job to clear it out, right? Okay. InstantGo, if you would like a personal reading, check out the InstantGo app or my website, fearlessintuition.net. I do have this special soul lesson readings for the remainder of May. You get, we will look into 3 different lessons your soul is teaching you right now to help navigate you on your journey. Also, all of the FaceTime, Skype, Messenger, Facebook Messenger readings, those are all on special through May as well. And thank you for your patience with these. I truly appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great second half of May, and we'll see you later. Bye.